get nervous when you're backing in, when you got a towable like a trailer or a fifth wheel, and you just don't like it when all the people are watching you in the campground and it just makes you nervous? We're going to show you how to back in. We're not perfect at it, but it works every time. We've been doing it for over 15 years with trailers. So we want to share our technique, how we get this thing into campsites.
But before we get there, we have to go through some really, really rough roads.
They are fun.
No. So one of the really cool things that we have with our camper is we have the Roadmaster that Mike installed. And even though this section of the road is really rough, it's only because of the truck, not because of the camper. So if you know anything about towing or don't know anything about towing, one of the things that happens is when you go over like transition bridges or rough roads, whatever happens back there tends to come up front in the truck. So it's like you go over a bump with the truck and then you go over it with the camper, and that from the camper transfers back to the truck. So it's like going over a bump twice. But with our Roadmaster, thank goodness, that absorbs so much of the bouncing and the transitions that we don't feel it up here. So all that we're feeling now is just what happens with the truck. Okay, this is very comical. We had planned to come here to film us backing in and teaching you guys how to do it, how we do it. And the interesting thing is we're like, oh, this is a perfect place. It's so open, and we already had it down. We already knew this place. So we get here. They literally have one site that's a pull through, and guess what? We're in the pull through.
All right, so we got to our campsite, and it just happened to be a pull through site, but we're going to go ahead and back into that pull through so that we can go over this video of how to back in and the simple basics of backing in. This is not a big campground by any means. We're at Mary Jane Thurston. Not a big campground. It's very small, very tight. Not the most pleasant situation, but we have to make do.
So as a woman and as the wife, I am going to share my perspective of how I help Mike back into this campsite and kind of some tips and tricks of what I do, because I want to start taking the anxiety away from some of these, the couples that are helping each other. There's so much anxiety and there's so much worry about getting in. People are watching, all these little things going on. So I kind of wanted to just share what I do in my side.
Okay, so one of the first things I do once I'm coming up to my campsite, I am going to do what I like to call the reverse S. So I'm going to come in close to my site, then I'm going to just angle away from it to get my camper at an optimal angle. So this is what I'm doing right now. So now I've got my camper at an optimal angle. So that is the reverse S right there.
All right, so here we go. Mike has got it in reverse and we are getting ready to back into the spot. I like to stay in his mirror at all times. So he's moving, so I need to make sure I'm moving. You cannot just stand still and just watch things happen. You have to stay in the view of his mirror.
All right, the next thing I want to do, I want to come out and I just want to look at my site. I want to look at everything. So this is a left-hand side pull in or back in. And I want to come over and I want to look at the terrain. Do I have any dips here that might cause me to have trouble? So I want to just scout out everything. Then I want to go to the other side and see what I'm working with over here. Because a lot of times in the campgrounds, you're going to have campsites across from you. People's trucks are going to be in the way and it's going to be hard. So you got to be careful of that. Now here we've got some big rocks. I'm not going to get that far in. This is a little bit wider of a pad. So let's start backing in right now. Okay, so first and foremost, with your steering wheel, if you're not good at backing in and you're always up here on top of your steering wheel, you have to kind of go opposite of the way you want the trailer to go. So I use the bottom of the steering wheel to guide it. So when I want the camper to turn left, I just go left with the steering wheel. and the same with if I want to go right, and make small movements. Small movements are good movements. So my first tip though is go very slow. Just take your time, there's no rush. So let's start backing in and let's see how this goes. The driver's side back ends are the easiest ones for me. So I put in reverse, got my hand on the bottom. The beauty is I can look out the window and see where I'm going. So, and normally Joni is the one that is talking me through this on the camera. But because we are filming, she can't call me because we use our phones to film. So right now I'm just very little movements.
So right here I am keeping him in my view. I'm making sure I can see his face in the rear view mirror. And anytime he kind of keeps getting away from me, I go a little, he's going slow enough that I can get out of the way from the camper. So I just kind of like instruct him. I also say the words driver and passenger. So if I need him to go to the driver, that's this side, of course. And if I need him to go to the passenger, I say passenger. And he goes that way. So right now I'm not really telling him anything because he can see. This is the benefit of having a driver's side back end. You can see. But one thing he cannot see is he cannot see the front of that corner of that truck. So a lot of times he'll like look around, he'll stop, he'll look around and then start all over again like he's doing now.
Okay, I don't like that angle, so I need a little bit more. I didn't start soon enough. So what I want to do is hit the edge of my sight. So I need to start sooner. There we go. So it's doing a lot better. So I'm going to be looking out the window. I'm looking at both sides, make sure I don't hit anything. And I see I'm good. I'm going to start getting around, get the front of the truck in front of the camper now. And with these trucks, they don't have great steering radius, so it doesn't make it easy. Plus, these are 90-degree sights. So now I'm going to go far right as I can to get in front of this camper so it'll go straight. As you can see, I'm going to be off to the passenger side quite a bit, more than I want to be. So now if you can see that, I'm going in at a little bit of an angle. So now I'm just going to go forward and get it straightened up a little bit.
I do like to go around, look at everything, look up, look at trees, look at slides, things like that. I know he's adjusting because he's talking up there with you guys as well, but I like to look up, look at the slides, see what's going on, make sure there's no branches or anything like that. Because we're heading into fall, you know, we're in fall, this tree's already lost its leaves. Hopefully that's the case and not a dead tree. So
to help myself get in front of it. Okay. Now I want to bring it still to the driver's side. So I got it left. We'll get that started left. Let's get it back there a little bit. Now I need to go a little slower. Bring it around to the right to straighten it up. Now I can use the edge of my sight as my guide if I want to keep it straight. And then I will get it straightened up this way. And then I'll go forward just to straighten it up the way I want it. So I got it right where I want it. The principles are the same though. Hand on the bottom, very small moves until you really need to get the truck back in front to straighten up. So that's the very difficult side. But let's see how we did.
when we find the place that we want to go to, I want to check that the slides are not going to hit the water, the sewer, or the electric. In this case, it's only electric. I also like to come to the other side and make sure that it's not going to hit a tree or anything like that. So we are clear and we are good to unhook. I know this sometimes seems intimidating for people, especially like spouses. There's always that running saying like, sorry for what I said while we were backing in the camper.
That is so true. Me and Mike have had so many arguments in our years of marriage about backing in the camper and what I think we should be doing and he thinks what he should be doing. So there's that little bit of conflict. But if you're working together and you're communicating really well, it tends to work, and you go really slow and just try to be patient with each other.